Welcome back. We are officially in 24. A new year has arrived. It's here. I feel like, we need to start on our goals, start moving forward with things. But I've found a new concept that someone I know talked about, and it's called like a 3-month kind of cycle. So every 3 months you kind of review where you're at, see where you're going, if you're getting there or not. And then just kind of keeping in touch with yourself, but doing it every 3 months. Because otherwise, if you set like a whole 12 months goal, by the time it's reaching into the end of 12 months, you're like, I have not even reached or done anything. And then that's when you feel quite pressured, you feel demotivated, you feel like you haven't achieved anything. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Abigail B. I do things all interior design. I also do lifestyle content on here as well. So I'll show you some of the behind the scenes. I also do some traveling content. So if that is your vibe, you are going to love this channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow me on Instagram. So this video, as we are now in 24, I call it, because the 20, let's leave it. Let's just move on. We're in 2024. We are going to talk about, so now we're in the new year, how are we doing things? How are we reviving and kind of bettering ourselves? Especially as this channel is all about, how are we doing that with our homes? So what are our 5 things that we need to do to refresh and revive our home and just feel brand new for this new year? First things first is about your walls. Now, how is it looking? Just have a quick whiz round and just make sure that everything is looking kind of fresh, because when your walls start to have a bit of scuffs here and there, sometimes we just go by our lives unnoticing these things. So try and put on a fresh eye and seeing things from different. You can probably call like a close friend or family to just come over when they visit and just say to you, like, just look around my home. How are my walls and stuff looking? Are things looking tired? If it was you, what would you replace? Because sometimes getting someone in, having fresh eyes does help. They see things that potentially you haven't actually realized because you're just immune and you're used to it. So I'll definitely do that and start off with your walls. Now, I did see this thing on TikTok where somebody was saying that, she repaints her walls every 3 months.
Oh my God!
I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Sorry, girl. If that's you, do you? But you know me, I'm all about, trying to attain luxury on a budget and do things that don't take too much of your time and don't stress you out. This is meant to be fun. This is meant to be something very rejuvenating for you, which is a word that I use in all my videos. So I would say opt out. What you could do, if you already started off using good value paints, this will be easy, because all you need to do is get some materials such as like Magic Sponge. Magic Sponge is my friend. I will link it in my description if you haven't heard of it already. But it's just amazing, especially when you've got kids. So get your Magic Sponge and just add a little dab of water, or sometimes I use like detergent, like fabric softener. I don't know why, but it just works so well. And also it smells quite nice as well. So just put a little dash on there on your Magic Sponge and just go over like the scuffs, the pen marks, the food stains, and all of those things. And you'll see by doing that, things will just be okay. If you have some areas that are quite bad, then just get a little bit of the paint. That's why it's always good to have a little bit of paint left over for these type of things. Just get a little bit of your paint with a little bit of brush and just go over it, and then lightly go over the sides. Otherwise you'll have patches as well. So that is one thing you do. Just go around your house and just upgrade on your wall. We have done that recently, and I am just loving how fresh the place looks with a little bit of paint. It really does go a long way. So that's one thing. The next thing that you want to do in terms of reviving your home and your space, but there are ways of trying to do this on a budget, because I know life is lifing and a living cost crisis is definitely happening. So I'm aware of that. But what I would say is that sometimes bringing in the new does help. It just does something to your mindset and your eyes when you're seeing something new. It just really kind of upbuilds you a little bit. It makes you feel like, you've got really good upkeep. So I would say start off with things like your cutlery, your plates, your knife and forks, your things in the kitchen, your pots and pans, your pillows. Just look around. Are things looking a bit tired? Do things need to be revamped? So those type of things, I would just say either give them to someone else, give them to charity. If they are cluttery and they've just completely worn out, then obviously just discard them, and brand new ones. And you can go to places that are quite inexpensive. So you can go to like the likes of Tesco, Sainsbury's. If you're living in the UK, in America, you've got like TK Maxx. I think it's TJ Maxx in America. Macy's, just all those type of shops that will have these things inexpensively. And if you look quite carefully, you can get some really good style design ones as well, like even H&M, all of those types. So just revive some of your stock and replenish it as well. And that's one way you can definitely try and spruce up your home. Another thing that's really important in just trying to refresh and revive your home is a smell. Now, believe it or not, every home has its own smell. It's just the nature of the home. It could be anything. Like, it could just be you. But we all have different types of smells, and this is why we try to refresh ourselves. We give ourselves a good bath, a good scrub, and we use good creams, and then we put perfume on ourselves so that our body smell doesn't become so obvious to anyone. We're building it on with some nice, beautiful perfume. And you can do the same with your home, because over time, we're cooking, we're doing all these different things in our home, and it lingers, it just stays there. And especially now in the UK, it is winter, so we don't really keep our windows wide open during the day. But I would say try and do that, even if it's for like 5-10 minutes. Just open up your doors, open up your windows, and just bring in some fresh air, just to, again, cleanse the air that we're in. And another way that you can really try and take that sense of smell in your home is by just like some things that are stationary and you don't move them as much. I would say just take them down and give them a good wash, like your curtains, some sofas that you can actually take off the cover, take those off, give it a good wash, and use like really good like fabric softeners as well. That's actually going to keep the scent in. And your carpet, those type of things that you don't routinely wash all the time. Those are the things that really soak in those type of scents. So you really want to try and give those things a nice good wash. And you'll see by doing that, automatically, that stale scent will just be away from it. And you're bringing in this kind of nice, brand new sense of a smell, which is what we want to try and encourage in our home. All these things and just really revive your place. We're talking about a proper spring clean, not the cleaning that you do every day or every week. We're going really, really in. So give yourself like the whole day, or give yourself like the whole weekend to really go around and give your place a really good scrub, open the windows and get rid of that bad odor. And again, as I said in the first part, if you want to bring a friend or family in, to see whether they can test to see if the smell has gone, then you do that as well. Because as I said, you can't tell the scent, you can't smell it, but someone else can. And that's not the only reason why you're doing it. You're doing it for yourself as well, because those scents also mean that there's growth of bacteria. It's so annoying. What I want to do, which is my favorite, I do this even more often than just yearly, is I call this one switching up. So switching up basically is just changing things around your home to different placements so that it gives a different view of the space. So for example, obviously in your kitchen, you can't really do that as much because your cabinets are in place and you can't take them away. But it could be things like just repositioning things in the kitchen. So where you would usually keep your microwave, maybe put it somewhere else, or your kettle and your toaster. Maybe if you have a dining table in your kitchen, or if you have an island, just moving it somewhere else, maybe changing the chairs, moving things around. It's quite easy to do it in your living room, because if you do have a big space in your living room, maybe moving of your sofa. And I will insert some pictures of replacement. And you might even find that doing that, you probably bring in more of the illusion of space. And it just gives a different feel to the home and the space that you're in. It just makes it look brand new again. And also in terms of switching things up with your actual furniture, you can do it with your decor items as well. So your soft furnishing, so if you have some throws or cushions, rugs, decor pieces, your vases, your vessels, all of those things, I'm all about recycling. So I actually have a rug for the winter and a rug for summer. So things like that. So this is what I mean. I do it more often than yearly. But yeah, if it comes up to that time, just maybe putting some of those things away in storage and then bringing in things that you've saved in storage and bringing them back out again. Yeah, I was even trying to switch it up altogether by getting a new cushion cover, a new throw, maybe bringing in like a new type of decor piece in there, because even just one item can change the whole dynamic of thing. It's the little things that count, you know, less is more. So consider doing that as well by switching things up. You could even go the extent and switch up some of like your lighting. So maybe if you had soft, warm lighting, maybe go for more whiter light in even your actual lighting itself. Yeah, it's all about just switching things up, moving things around without inexpensively redecorating your whole home. Lastly, and not least, because I'll say this in a lot of my videos, and lastly, I would say this is your time to really do a declutter. I'm going to tell you to bring in your friends and family again, because again, this could be quite difficult. You might hold onto things that necessarily you haven't used for 6 months. Why do you still have it? There's a reason why you haven't used it for 6 months. So perhaps maybe again put it in storage or sell it secondhand, give it to a friend or family member, just someone if you really are like you just don't want to let it go and you do not want it to go to waste. But decluttering is definitely a thing. I personally need to even do that myself with some of my cupboards, because every time I open it up, I'm just like, what? Like, but it builds up over time. Like, don't think you can just declutter something and then that's it. You have to be maintaining it. So this can be your time to start pulling out all those drawers in your kitchen. You know, that drawer that has all those wires and cables and all sorts of cards and everything. Pulling out like things under your bed. Pulling out some of the things in that cupboard where you store everything. Yeah, just like bring it all out. Go through it, start throwing things away or giving it to charity or recycling it. And really remember in your mind when you're doing it, less is more. Do I really need this? Do I use this item weekly and monthly? The monthly items, put them further away. The weekly items, bring them more to the front. If you have duplicates, why do you need it? Get rid of it. If things are broken and they can't be used, get rid of it. I'll probably do a separate video in terms of like decluttering properly. But yeah, just touching on that a little bit, that this is your time to declutter, because it just lessens your load. It makes you feel lighter. It makes you feel, again, just the weight has been taken off and you're entering into 24 feeling stress-free. You know where things are not falling on you. And yeah, with all of the components that I've discussed today, adding it all together of decluttering, having like an organized shelf, an organized drawer, organized cupboard, you are really going to feel revived in your space. You're going to feel brand new. You're going to feel happy. It really does affect your emotions. When you're cleaning your home, you're happy. When you're entering and you're leaving your home, you feel proud. These are the emotions that you want to evoke in your space. So I really do encourage you the most to do these things. So if these tips were helpful, if you're going to get up and start doing it, well done. If not, then I hope it gives you inspiration, or please pass it on, send it over to your friends and family that need to hear this. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you're trying this or you've done this already, and let me know how it's going. So I will now see you in another video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope it was useful for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my video. Bye.